So I want to give now more details about the technical aspects of the projects, how you will find partner, how you will work with your partners, and how you will submit your project at the end. So how you find a partner is up to you. But I have suggestions to make. For every project, you'll have just 1 or 2 weeks to find the partner and actually do it. So one way to organize yourself would be to set up a homepage on the wiki. So a homepage describing yourself and describing what your skills are, what your interests are, what year you are in, so you give some idea of the level of mathematics that you know, what skills you have at programming, and also very important, how to contact you. So maybe you want to put up your email there or your phone number, whatever. The email is not accessible to other students otherwise, so really the only way they have to communicate with you would be by the forum. So you probably want to put the email to accelerate things. And finally, you also probably want to give an idea of how available you are. Are you available only outside of lecture times, lectures of the first year students, or are you never on campus because you work on the side? Everything's possible, so you should put up that information on that homepage. And this will help speed up things. I mean, first year students will find each other, students who want to work from home will find each other, and so on and so on. So another thing that you can use to find partners is the discussions. And this is the way I was picturing it. Someone comes up with a project idea and posts on the discussion forum their project idea. And then someone else comes along and says, oh, that sounds great. And I'll do that at least on the plotting side. So I'll plot the results of what you do. Someone else might come along and say, hey, this looks interesting. What I want to do is to extend it in this direction. So I'm in on the project, and so on. So if you submit project ideas, I hope it will be fairly quick, and I'm pretty sure it will be fairly quick to find project partners that you can work with. It's very crucial that you don't spend forever finding partners. You have to be quick because you only have a turnaround of 1 or 2 weeks for this. So you have to being quick means being efficient. You have to think about the tools you're using and use the right tools for it. Now, how to collaborate? Once you've found the partners, how to collaborate? Well, the easiest way is to all be there. Well, that's easy if you can find a time that makes it you all be there. But actually finding that time might be very hard. So what you will want to do is to split up the work so that people can do it on their own time and then put that work together maybe at the end or at some intermediate stages. So break down the work. That's the main idea. Break down the work on each individual piece, and progressively contribute to a bigger project. Now, what tools should you use to collaborate? Well, you could exchange code by email, but you will soon realize that this does not work. This will probably work in the first week because you're just 2 in the project. But later on, when there is 4 of you, it might become a lot harder. So the way to collaborate is probably to use tools that are designed for collaboration. So you could use Dropbox, you could use Google Drive, things like this. You could also use your math account to collaborate, and you can ask the math IT how to do that. Or you could use Git and GitHub tools like that. So this is left completely up to you, of course. You can choose the tools you want, but I'm just telling you there are tools that are designed specifically for collaboration, and some are specifically designed for collaboration on code. So you might consider using those. And finally, the next question is how you should submit your project. So we have designed some kind of complex workflow for you to do that. So the idea is that you will package all your project into a very specific format. First in a folder that contains the files that constitute your submission, and some configuration file that describes how to order those other files in the folder. What I want you to do is to take the content of that folder, compress it, and then put it up somewhere online. So I want you to tie a URL to that project. And you'll see in the discussions how to do this. I'll post that information below. Once this is done, then you can put that link to that project, that compressed project, you put that link up on the wiki. And I'll tell you in the discussions how to do that, how to put it on the wiki, or actually where to put it on the wiki. Once this is done, then I'll run a script on this submission that will populate a new course for you to take on the same platform, on edX.math. So what does that mean? Well, it means there will be a new course created on the side with every student's submission or every group's submission. And this course you can access just like you're accessing the current course. So you will be able to go in and see the project submissions for all the other students. It will be kind of like a virtual poster presentations. And this will be for project A, then project B, and so on. You'll be free to just go look at all of those projects, one after the other. Now, of course, it can be hard for you to prepare all that material and for me to run the script and everything to work perfectly from the first go. So I'm not going to bother fixing your stuff. You need to have stuff that works perfectly with the script from the get-go. So in order for this to happen, I'll give you the script so that you can run it yourself and you can do the full testing yourself. So you will have more information about this in the discussions below, but pay real attention to this. If you submit something and somehow it's broken, it doesn't work, that's it. I'm not spending time fixing it for you. Okay, so that's really crucial, and that's why the first week is not for points. It's a free project if you want. You should do something small, but you should focus on understanding precisely every step that's expected from you. And every step means finding a partner, working with the partner efficiently, and finally submitting your project. So work on those aspects and do a project that's very easy in the first week. Just to give a rough idea of the kind of things you would like to look at, and finally submit it. And really, it's the whole process that we're learning this week, not to program in Python if you want. Of course, the script itself is written in Python, so you're free to have a look and see how things are done behind the scenes.